Should you pull for Zhongli? Short answer, yes. Long answer, this entire video. Zhongli is one of the best support characters in the game. Like hands down, if you have a Zhongli or if you pull for him, your account will be completely changed because the comfort that he brings to a account is insane. It's like, you know, it's like the difference between day and night. Zhongli is a shielder who scales on HP. He has a 100% uptime on his shield, and his shield is literally indestructible unless you do not refresh the shield or take a nuke. But even then, like, Zhongli's shield can take the nuke because his shield strengthens the more it gets attacked, which is insane. Like, you know, he's the Geo Archon, so obviously he had to be really strong. Let's talk about his kit. Zhongli's skill is his main thing. Like, you know, his skill gives him shield. He generates a pillar which deals geo damage, AoE geo damage at regular intervals, and that's not the big deal. The big deal is his shield. When you hold his skill, he gains a shield which is literally indestructible, as I said before, and it has a 100% uptime because the shield has a cooldown of 20 seconds while the skill has a cooldown of 10 seconds, I believe, or something like that. So basically you can have a 100% uptime on his shield, which is a massive upgrade from Noelle or Kirara. I think the only other character that has a 100% uptime on their shield is Layla, because their cooldown on their shield and the skill is the same. But Zhongli provides something that Layla doesn't, which is element resistance shred. Like, you know, whenever you activate Zhongli's shield and he generates that pillar and whatever he does, the enemy's elemental resistance gets decreased. Now this is universal. Every element, Geo, Hydro, Pyro, Electro, Cryo, Dendro, every element's resistance gets decreased. So he's just so flexible in any team comp. Like, you know, we know that Geo does not react with anything. It's like the most innate element in the game. The only reaction it does is crystallize, which is useless if you do not have Navia. But that elemental resistance shred is something that you may not think much about it, but when you play you will see the difference. Like, it's a day and night difference when you use Zhongli and when you do not use Zhongli. Coming to his building part, he is very easy to build. You have his artifact set, which is the tenacity of the Millelith. Very easy set to farm. Like, you know, you just need HP. The man only needs HP because the shield scales on HP, and HP is obviously a very easy artifact stat to get. But yeah, HP scaling, and weapon wise, do not pull for his signature weapon, whatever it's called, the Vortex Vanquish or nothing. No 5-star weapon is good for him. Even, you know, people pull for Staff of Homa because the passive gives him a 20% buff on his HP, but apart from that, all the other stats and the crit damage is all useless on him. What you need on Zhongli is an HP pole arm, which is quite surprisingly a 3-star weapon, White Tassel, I think. Oh no, it's Black Tassel. White Tassel gives crit rate. Black Tassel gives HP, which is very useful for Zhongli. The passive sucks because, you know, it just deals deals extra damage on slimes, which is meh. But yeah, the HP part is what you need. So what you're aiming is a 45 to 50k Zhongli. The more the better, and it's all good. You can even use the Fontaine weapon because I am using the Fontaine craftable pole arm, which also scales on HP. It does not have a higher HP stat than Black Tassel, but I still use the Fontaine weapon because, you know, the passive sometimes works, because when I use Zhongli with Farina, then I use Baiju over there. So Baiju's healing generates energy for Zhongli, which helps him regain his burst, which I'm going to come to it later. But yeah, so it's a very complicated playstyle that I play, but Black Tassel is the weapon that you need for Zhongli. Vortex Vanquisher, you can go for it if you're for the aesthetics, because it's a pretty damn cool looking weapon. Although it gives attack, which is very strange, but yeah, that's strange. Weapons done. Coming to his burst, like I was talking about, he has a unique burst. His burst actually petrifies enemies, which is like it's a debuff that only Zhongli can apply. No enemy can apply that on you. No other character in the game can apply that on you. Only Zhongli can petrify enemies. Now this only goes up to elite enemies, so bosses cannot be petrified, which is kind of stupid because I feel bosses should also be able to get petrified or frozen, but Hoyos is doing something. His burst is very unique, and it is a lifesaver when you are stuck in a situation where you need some breathing space and you're surrounded. So you just tap Zhongli's burst and they get petrified, which is giving you 2 seconds, 1 second, 2 second time of getting out of that situation and then planning the next rotation and stuff. So it is a huge lifesaver. It also decreases the geo resistance or something. I have no idea. It looks cool. Zhongli's burst, he summons a meteor and it strikes on the ground, and it's just so super cool. That's all the reason that you need. Zhongli is the man. He is the ultimate one. I think before Neuvillette, Zhongli was my favorite male character in the game. Now I have Neuvillette and Zhongli, and Alhaitham. So these three males are just absolutely insane. They are amazing. But yeah, his burst is very good. Constellation wise, C0 is enough. You do not need anything above C0. At C6 he heals, but you'd be better off with a proper healer than a shielder type healer. Or you have Noelle. Everybody gets a Noelle, so she's better. You can go for C2 I think, but that only works for co-op players. If you play co-op a lot and you want to use Zhongli over there, so use C2, because I think at C2 he gives every player the co-op players a shield. In single player you won't notice much of a difference. I run a C0 Zhongli and he is strong enough. He is good enough. I do not need any more constellations for him. He's done. So overall, Zhongli teams, as I said in the very beginning, he is very flexible. He can fit in any team, literally any team, unless you're playing Nilu Bloom or Chevreuse Overload or whatever. You can fit him with a Neuvillette team, because Neuvillette gets that shield which protects him from getting interrupted. You can place him in an Arlecchino team, which is very good. I would recommend placing Zhongli and Arlecchino together, because Arlecchino cannot be healed in battle, so you would need a shielder for her. Zhongli provides the best shield in the game. It's a match made in heaven. Other options include any on-field DPS that has a chance of getting staggered, of getting interrupted. Mualani, Kinich, Raiden Shogun, Eula. I just mentioned Eula. Navia, Chiori. I mean, literally anybody who is an on-field DPS unit, you can use Zhongli with them and they will you can just attack without a worry in the world. Zhongli provides a comfort that I don't think any other character provides, and once you go the Zhongli way, there's no coming back. You will feel the lack of Zhongli on your team if you do not use him. I myself feel that when I'm doing the Abyss and one side has Zhongli, but the other side I have to manage my HP, I have to manage my healing. With the Zhongli side, he's just one shield tap and we're good to go. So it's that good, it's that comfortable playing with Zhongli. And also you will be blessed by the most famous idle line in Genshin Impact. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, but where are those who share the memories? You will fall in love with that line. Either you will be annoyed as hell or you will fall in love with it. It's either of the two. But yeah, go pull for him. He is worth it. He is absolutely 100% worth it. Especially if you're a new player, he will carry you up till Natlan. The man is that good. Just don't take him into a domain or into enemies who have rift hounds who deal damage that penetrates through shields. Their Zhongli sucks, but apart from that, he's the best. So go pull for the man himself, the Rex Lapis, the Geo Archon, Morax, the creator of Mora, the Archon of Liyue, whatever you want to call him. and embrace the Zhongli gameplay. But until then, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, support me, and I hope your pulls went well, and have a great day. Goodbye.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?